public, and this is what happened at the St. Anne's Girls Secondary School in Makadara here in Nairobi, where a number of students were locked out of the gate, and videos and pictures were taken at night of the students sitting down, some lying on the ground, trying to catch some sleep at night. And this has caused quite some outrage, and I don't know what my panelists think of this. When Mwathi, people are angry. This is not something they expected. Okay, generally there's a lot of anger, hakuna pesa, and probably parents expected that the school would understand.
Couple of issues comes up. We can get outraged as much as we want, but this is a reflection of a government that cares about ngombes more than its citizens. So that it doesn't bother Lina Mama, scrap it and introduce Lina Ngombe. Mm-hmm. This is a reflection of that, the output of that, because you see, we were outraged. But school's deadline for coming to school is 4 p.m. So anybody who comes after 4 p.m. is not allowed in school. So Mwalim Sosyon will tell you in majority of schools, and that is normally observed very, very strictly. So these students must have come before 4 p.m., meaning that they would have contacted their parents between 4 and 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, whichever time that you Kenyans consider as late. They didn't. So a story comes out of that. But the head teacher, from a human point of view, when it got dark, should have actually gotten in the students and held them in until tomorrow morning so that he can send them home. So she's wrong in that. But this issue is that we are easily swayed to pick up that story, to be able to castigate teachers, to castigate everybody else without realizing what's the real issue. The real issue is this, my brother. We have a government that knows that students are opening on 6th of January 2025. These students from day one, and I hear what Mwalim Sosyon is saying, that, oh, you know, the schools can go and borrow, can do whatever. I'm a member of a number of board of management, and I know the struggles you go through with suppliers that we are not able to pay. Last year in one of the schools, we were not able to pay about 5-6 million shillings to our suppliers, which means this year they're not going to supply us unless we pay them. Meaning, a government sits back, a whole cabinet secretary of treasury, and his counterpart in education, and say they'll pay by the end of the month. Meaning, you had masters of these schools, between 5th, 6th, and end of the month when you send you money, go and look money from wherever you can. I do not know where that you can. I think the issue is, Fred, we can be drawn into a conversation of what is right in that school and the headmistress and miss the real issue. And the real issue is the seriousness of the government to fund education in this country. Mm-hmm. Last year, capitation came around June for the year. We had to struggle. That's why we closed the year with debts of suppliers, because the first money came in June. How do you supply money 6 months after the school have opened? And I think the key issue here is, are we serious this about government? We can criticize the CBC, but I'm telling you that's questioning the horse. What do you call this thing of after the horse have left? Now we are with CBC, so let's slow down on whether it's good or bad. But even in implementation of that CBC, are we doing the right things? The answer is no. We can form as many task forces as we want. The president can form 50, 60 task forces. But you know this country, task forces are completely useless. Because what happens is that once the task force creates a document and it's put in the office, nobody does anything about it. The bottom line today, Fred, schools need money. Mm-hmm. Government have promised capitation. Why can't they send the money today? Why wait until the end of the month? For what? Call a special session of parliament if they need parliament approval to do that. I don't think they do. Call it today in the afternoon and have it done and signed and send the money to schools today. Let's stop pretending. Yes. And reactions of interdicting a teacher and all that, these are side shows. It's like what you'd call propaganda.
And I hear what Mwathi is saying, that probably what we saw there is simply a symptom of the larger problem, that this had to be seen for people to probably understand the